Good day everyone, Christina here, a 6th-form pupil at Wencheng, Shanghai. So today on MoreUnboxed, we're about to enter the library. The person we're about to meet was born in Cape Town in South Africa and has been in Shanghai for over 12 years already. He's the author of the novel The Pebble Champion, the poet of Windows Bit, a playwright, a scriptwriter, and also creator of poetry videos. Well, altogether, he had won 62 awards. If you still don't know who I'm talking about, I'm so excited to be sharing. More Mr. Pritchard, let's go. Perhaps is there a point that sparked you that you first became interested in writing, and what inspired you to pursue it?
Well, my father worked opposite the Cape Town City Library, and they would often throw out large sacks of books to be burned, and he would bring them home for me. And then I started creating my own library in my bedroom and started lending the books out to friends and family. And I read a lot of them, and I just became so excited by the world of literature and wanting to write, and I thought, oh, I have to try this myself. And then I started writing by hand, and then when I was 9, my Mum gave me a typewriter, an old typewriter, and that's when I started typing out my stories and sharing them with people.
From my understanding, The Pebble Champion and the Windows Bit both encompass very deep emotions. Well, how do you manage to capture those very powerful and moving emotions?
Well, first of all, they're all based on some experience that I might have had. So I remember how I felt, and then I start looking for ways to express that in a unique voice. And I used to practice by looking at strangers, pretending that I could speak through them and what their experiences might be. So I was always trying to put myself into their shoes and imagine what they're going through and create a little story about their lives, and seeing how I could capture that in different voices.
I'm really curious, what's your typical writing process? Is it different between writing a play, a script, or like a novel?
Well, firstly, the writing process is something that you have to create a space and a time in which to do it, and you have to devote yourself to that time. So when you give yourself 2 or 3 hours to write, then that's all you do. And sometimes ideas come to you and sometimes they don't. So what I like to do is I like to play with ideas, and I like to choose 2 completely opposite ideas and see how I can bring them together. So whenever I feel as if I can't write at the moment, or the ideas are not coming, then I start to play around rather than try to create something. Once I have the idea in my head, that's when I start sketching it out, and I start thinking about, okay, where's my end point going to be, and how I work my way backwards, and I think, okay, what is my ultimate message? What do I want to get across to the reader? How do I want the reader to feel?
What have been some key insights that you personally gained through being a writer?
I think one of the most important insights I gained is that whenever you write, the first draft that you write is never going to be the best draft, and there is going to be a long process of rewriting and editing and redrafting until you feel that it's ready for public consumption.
I'm curious, what challenges have you faced and how do you overcome them?
I think for me the biggest challenge is to turn off the inner critic, and often when I'm writing I have to turn off that voice, that inner voice that says this is not good enough, because no matter what you write, it will be good for something else. It may not be right for that particular focus that you're doing, but once you've written the idea and it doesn't work for you, you put it aside. You don't judge it, you don't throw it away, you just put it aside until the right idea comes to you. So I never discard ideas, I just put them aside, because sometimes those discarded ideas could be perfect for something else that I'm going to be writing later.
What are some goals or milestones that you've completed or that you're looking forward to complete in the future?
Well, one of the milestones I was very happy about was going to Miami to receive an award for the novel, and also my recent script won the Cannes Film Awards Best LGBTQ Screenplay, and also Best Screenplay of the Year Award. The Roma Prisma won a Netflix series. So those are some highlights of my writing career that I'm very proud of. Looking forward though, I'm at the moment working on a Netflix series. So it's a very big challenge that I've never tried before. And the other dream I have right now is for my novel to be converted into a screenplay, and that also turned into a movie.
What kind of advices would you give to the young aspiring writers in your classroom?
I think if you want to be a writer, you have to write. So you've got to give yourself the time and be disciplined to actually write. And so a writer writes all the time, and they don't use excuses. Don't worry if it's not right at the first time. Just keep writing, because you might write 100 pages, but only 3 will be really good enough to take forward. But at least you're writing, because you stop being a writer when you stop writing.
Thank you, Mr. Pritchard. That's all from Christina on MoreUnboxed. Don't forget to be you, be more passionate, be you, be more imaginative, be you, be more.